Merry Christmas to everybody. Today I'm going to show my bill collection today. A little bit, but I'm going to show the top 10 bills I have in my collection. So let's get started. Alright, the first bill in my collection, sorry I had to move them around, is this bill. This is a Leppi Press error that was issued in Series 2017A. So when they transitioned from Series 2017 to Series 2017A, they actually changed out the printers to make them print out more efficiently, and so that way they could make less star notes. And I can explain to you what that means later. But basically, a star note is a note that they make when to replace all the damaged or notes that had errors during the printing press production. And yeah, sorry about the mess back there. I haven't bothered to clean my room yet. But yeah, basically, if you can see this note, this is the normal font. You see the normal green. You can compare this with this series 1981 series here. That green is actually the normal green. For the serial number green is that serial number green in the seal. The seal is the same color as you can see there, right there. Yeah, but this note here, you could see the green here, but it's more black over here. Now on other examples that are more severe, this black is less green and more black. Like it can be completely black. But yeah, you can find this error on the L and F banks, which are the L is San Francisco and F is Atlanta, Georgia. So you can, if you know your Federal Reserve banks, always when you're dealing with bills. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, J, K, L. And just I'm not gonna go tell you which one's which, but yeah, the F is Atlanta and L is San Francisco. So Atlanta, Georgia, and San Francisco, California. So that's number one. So number one, done. Now number two is a $20 bill. I found this one recently in change at the post office when I was shipping out from my eBay store. So I was shipping out I was selling some 2024 nickels. And I had kind of scored and I got a bunch of them. But when I was shipping out one of them to one of my clients, I note she randomly gave this out and like, here's your change. She gave the bill to me upside down like this. My friend, I'm not gonna tell her name because I don't want to. And ta-da! When I came out to look at the bill because I always check my change. It's like, okay, I go, and all of a sudden I pulled it out like that, and there was another $20 bill on top of this one because I paid with a 50. I paid it with a 50 and I got this as change. So yeah, it's actually what makes this special is that it's a binary and it has a quad and a quintuple. Sorry, not quad. It's a quintuple here, 5 in a row, and the other side it's the 5. But this bill not very most valuable, not the most desirable because of the condition. It's really bad, and also it's not 555544444. Instead, it's 555444444. So basically, if it were down the middle 5s and then the other half was 4s, then yeah, that would make it more of a desirable note. But unfortunately, it's not that. Either way, it's a very cool note to have in my collection. If you guys want to buy my notes, just let me know. Put the comment down in the description, and I will get in contact with you. This note here, I have to be honest, I overpaid for this note. I'm not going to say how much I paid for it, but I paid less than $60 for this note. This is a silver certificate. I actually have another silver certificate here. This one here is a loose silver certificate. So if silver certificate, they have the blue seal here. I have more, but I sold my other silver certificates. This blue seal, that means back in the day, you could take this note and redeem it for a silver dollar. So that's what I call a silver certificate. And also, yes, it is the older version without the In God We Trust on top. And also, this one is also the version without the In God We Trust on top too. Unlike the modern notes where they say In God We Trust on top, on the back of the notes. So, as you can see, this note, it makes this note special. It's not the 450. It's not. That's actually doesn't make it more valuable. Is the printing error on the back. There was a blockage error. So this was blocked when it was during the printing, and I don't know where this like stain came from, but that didn't come from a printing process. Someone somehow got stained. And yeah, it's not like it has an extra piece, it's just missing a piece there. So yeah, this is a cool note. And yeah, it has condition problem. There's staining here, there's staining here. But overall, if I sold it for the same price I bought it for, I would be happy. And just to give it a new home. So that is 1, 2, 3. That is top 3. That is number 3. Number 4 is probably, I think this is one of my favorite notes. This note I found, every time I go to a hotel or have an opportunity to go stay in a hotel, what I do is I go and ask them for change. I ask them for all the ones in their drawer, and I get like bigger bill like 20s, 50s, or 10s, and exchange all the ones. And when I'm done, I take the ones I want and give them back the ones they don't like, the $1 bills, basically. And that's how I go through their notes. Of course, sometimes they get annoyed and they don't always let me do it. But when I came back to the U.S. Like a year or two ago, I actually was lucky at the first hotel I stayed at. When we got back home, was I got this note, which is 7600. I love this note. This is a repeater note because it's 7600, 7600. That means that the first 4 digits match the last 4. So therefore, it's a repeater. And what I like about it is the block. The block is the letter combination, which is, in this case, is LR. So this block is LR block, which is the L for San Francisco, and the R is how many times the counter looped over. The LR, it's almost like, I know the L doesn't mean left or right, but it feels like left, right. Like you're saying the left side and the right side. Like the left side and the right side are the same. This is cool, right? And yes, I know L stands for San Francisco, as it says over here. That's why there's an L in the serial number. But yeah, it's still cool. I know what's also cool is that it happens to be the printing plate number on the back. It's just a radar in itself. It's a 313. That's just kind of cool. Yes, it is a Fort Worth note. If you could see the FW there, it is a Fort Worth note. But the front printing plate number, which is here, is 288, which is not as cool. Still. Next note. Oh, this is actually one of my first fancy notes I have ever found. When I actually first started collecting notes, this note was my favorite I ever had found. And I actually got this when I first started out with coins and currency, and especially when I first learned about collecting bills. This is one of my. This is not my. Used to be my favorite all my entire collection because it was the first one I ever found, like the first ever cool bill I ever found. I found this bill when I was walking out in Laguna. Sorry. I was walking out, and I stumbled upon this. I didn't have a lot of money back in the day. I only had like $20 to my name at that time, and I was walking there, and I was mostly doing coins. I had a roll of nickels on me. I had a couple roll of pennies, and I had like a $5 bill on me, or something like that, or a dime. I think I had a roll of dimes or something. And what I did was I decided I said, why don't we just try it out? I walked all this way. I walked miles to get here. I might as well just try to do something productive. I probably just wasted my time. So when I got there, I decided to go to the shop. There was a taco shop over there. And the taco shop, I asked him, hey, can you change my nickel roll for dollar bills? And he's like, no, why would I do that? I already have whatever I want. I said, can I do nickels for nickels? He's like, I thought it was like crazy. He thought it was crazy. All I just want to do is get different nickels so I can just search for them on my own time. He's like, no, I'm not going to do that. What are you crazy? He just doesn't understand it, and I was too embarrassed to explain it to him. So I went to the knee ring shop next by. I found, which is a salad shop, but it's no longer there. But I think it's no longer there. And that salad health shop is like, yo. I said to him, yo, can you exchange my bills for these 2 rolls of nickels? I think I had 2 rolls of nickels. So the first roll of nickels I exchanged out. I got $2 back, and I found nothing. So the second roll, I also When I got a second roll in, looked through the roll, I found nothing. But when I turned that roll back in and said, "Hey, can I get some dollar bills for it?" One of the bills was dumb, and this was the second bill that was underneath it. It was this. It was six sevens in a row with, and yes, I have the number 15 at the end. Recently, I found an eBay listing for this a note with the same serial number too. That actually is selling. I'm not gonna say who, and it's the same serial number, just on a different series year. A different series year. I'm not sure if the block letters are the same, but mine's from the San Francisco district. As you see, it's L San Francisco, and but yeah, and also what's cool is that it's on the first block of the series of this bank, which is because it's A. So when they were first carried the count up, it's A. So that's really cool. And on top of that, to make things even cooler, the reverse printing plate number, because it's actually the beginning of the series of that block. That's the beginning of the series for the bank. It's literally the number 7. It's literally the number 7. Unfortunately, the front one is number 8. The front playing plate number is number 8. But still, really cool. Really cool that it's number 7. It's like a bunch of coincidences. So, yeah, I got really lucky. I got this from a roll of nickels, trading at that little salad shop with them. All right, that's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, number 5. No, number 6. Number 6 is this is a recent one I found actually recently. Like a month ago. I think this actually this month maybe. I actually found it because my local Bank of America I go to, they don't have a lot of coins in them. So when I go through all their coins that they look through, my bank tellers, I'm pretty good friends with them, especially over there. They tell me, so I just do the next best option, which I got a bunch of notes, and I decided to go through them. I don't really like going through notes as much as I used to, because I think going through coins is more productive. But when I went through one of my straps, I pulled out this note. We're like, and this was a note that came out of a pure original Federal Reserve strap, like a strap of 100 Federal Reserve notes, like 100 Federal Reserve $1 notes, and it was like an OG strap. It probably came out of an original brick, and they just unsealed the brick when they back in the vault. And I bought $400 in ones. I had about $600 in ones, I believe, something like that. And this was one of them. So out of the $600 to $400 I looked through, this was one of them, and I got extremely lucky. So this is a binary because it's only using 2 digits, and it's cool is that it's 5 zeros low. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's literally number 800 of the B. It's out of the second block of the Ohio Bank, which is D, because D is Ohio. See, Cleveland, Ohio, as it says right there. So, yeah, really cool note. Again, for sale if you want it. But this note goes very well with my next note I'm going to show, which this note I found 4 years ago. Well, almost 4 years ago. Oh, I found it back in 2021, I believe. 2021, 2022. More like 2021, if I remember correctly. It is this note. This note is, it was the second to last strap. I had $1,000-ish I went through in ones. And this was the second to last strap I pulled out. To the second last strap, I pulled this note out. And I was bragging about to everybody in school that I found this note. Like, oh my goodness, I found this really cool note. I found it, and I remember I was going to my mom and I was telling me, "Mom, look at the note I found. Oh my goodness!" And she's like, "What? What the hell? You found this? Wow, that's so cool, son." And yeah, this note brings me a lot of memories because the struggle I went through to find a note like this was insane. I mean, this note brings me a lot of memories. And what's cool is that, yes, I know it doesn't make any worth anything more, but it's 4 for the reverse and 5 for the offer. So 4, 5. And yes, it's a Fort Worth because it has the FW. And nothing special with the plate coordinates. It's just a 50 note sheet too because it's the letter and the number are the same size. But again, we can talk about 50 note sheets and that stuff later. Let's see. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's number 7. Number 8. Number 8 is a note that I actually found. I believe I found at the same hotel as this one. Yeah, I found this one at a hotel. And I found this literally at the same hotel. Went on my way back. And I just got extremely lucky. I found it at the same hotel, same place, same cashier. And I pulled this note out. I just pulled it out. And it was in like one of the straps because they had a couple straps of ones and they didn't have all the ones in there. So I was lucky to go through all the straps they had. And this was one of them. At least I don't remember. I think they had like 3 straps of ones. So yeah, this is a New York note, which is a New York B. Imagine if it were an I note, which is the Minneapolis I, but no, it's not. It's New York City, New York. It's the B. So always know your Federal Reserve note and no letters. Always memorize them. There was 12 of them. Next note is number 9. Number 9 goes with. Oh, I should have not revealed that. Number 9 goes with this note. This note I found at a Wells Fargo ATM. So there used to be 2 Wells Fargos in my town, and the one that closed down. Before they closed down, I actually found this note at the ATM there. So what I would do back in the day was sometimes when I would get my ones, is I had like a couple $1,000. I would go take. I had like $1,000 to my name at that time, like $1,200 something like that. I would take like all my ones from my searches that weren't any good, which most of the time, like 95% of the time, they were nothing good. Actually, I would argue 99% of the time I would never find anything because I would get like a whole brick of ones, which is $1,000 in ones from the banks. And then when I was done, I would go and take them and put them in the ATM. Problem is the ATMs, if you're going to do a business at Wells Fargo, the ATMs only accept 30 notes at a time. So I would literally stand in front of the ATMs for like hours on end, inserting 30 notes at a time, 30 notes at a time, depositing 30 notes at a time, $30 at a time every time because they only accept 30 notes at a time. And that's how I would get rid of my notes without getting them a second time, without getting the same notes twice. So I don't have to go through them again. So that's one of the ways I would do that to get rid of my notes. And apparently, when I decided to withdraw all of it, the minimum denomination you can withdraw from a Wells Fargo ATM is a $20 bill. So I decided to withdraw it all. And when I was going home looking through the notes, I walked upon it and I stumbled upon this legendary beauty. Check that out. Are you jealous of me? I found this out of $1,000 in 20s. And out of an ATM at Wells Fargo, which that bank is not in town anymore. It's not, at least not the town I live in. It is dead. That branch is dead at Wells Fargo. And yes, it is a Chicago note because G is Chicago. G is Chicago, Illinois. It is a Chicago note. And what's cool, it seems like all my cool notes happen on the second block, B, which is so cool. I don't know why. Like, even like my 999 note, and it happens on the second block, which is the letter B. So that's really cool. And yes, what's cool also, it's not a Fort Worth. There's no FW next to the printing plate number on the front. And yes, on the back, nothing special about the printing plate number. But yeah, you can see it's 89 there. So yeah, let's see. So this note, I remember I was showing it off to my dad. I was bragging to him, saying how many times, I found a really cool note. I can't believe it. Yo. All right. If you want to buy these notes, you can. I would sell these notes too as a pair because they kind of go together. This one and this one. I probably won't grade them because they're just going to eat in my profits if I do. But if you want me to grade them, I'll grade them for you. And this one goes with this one, which is the 999. So, and but like I was saying, my coolest notes end in the letter B as the second block. And yes, these ones are at least F4 worse. This is FW. Yes, this one I could sell pretty cheap. Maybe like $50 for this note, like 50 or $60 for this note. This note, again, I could go. I'm not gonna give exact prices, but hey, offer me a number if you want it, and I will send it to you. I'll give you, if you just give me your address, and I'll send it to you for a good price. And yeah, and if you cover some of the shipping too. Maybe I'll cover some of it. If depends on what we negotiate. But yeah, also, you might be wondering what's the 10th one. I got it over here. Ta-da! Sorry, my room's very messy. I haven't cleaned it. This is the 10th one. It technically is a note. This is a series 1981 sheet of bills. Again, this one I would like to sell. So, yeah, it is a original 32 note sheet of bills. Unlike today's modern 50 note sheets, which they start making them in 50 note subject sheets. They make them 50 at a time. This is a 32 note sheet. And it has all 4 quadrants. It has quadrant quadrant 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see how they do it. You can see A1, and this should be B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and yeah, but remember, it's H1 because this is the first quadrant. The second quadrant will be over here, in this corner over here, down here, is A, B, C, D2, D2, E, F, G, H, H2. And it goes like that. So this is like, you can see A4 and A3. By the way, fun fact, most people don't know this, is that the modern notes, the letter, well, for the printing plate coordinate to indicate it's a 50 note sheet is the same size as the number. When on the older notes, they would actually have the letter bigger than the number to indicate it's a 32 note sheet. So yeah, that is my top 10 list. If you would like to buy any of the notes, let me know. Thank you. Yaku Quacker out.